What's up, weebs? Today I want to talk about a manga that I think everyone, and by that I mean everyone, should read at least once in their life. If you're someone currently struggling with or has in the past struggled with any form of mental health issues or figuring out your sexuality or very deep levels of loneliness to the point where you wondered what's the point of even trying to do anything, Kabi Nagata's 2016 autobiographical manga My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness is something you should definitely give a chance. On the surface, it sounds like your typical yuri manga, a lonely, closeted lesbian slowly exploring her love for the ladies. But as you read, from the first chapter itself, you realize the title is very deceptive. It is, sure, about the author being a lesbian, but it is also about the slow, painful process of learning how to exist. It's awkward, it's funny, it's gut wrenching, but yeah, it's also hopeful. It is, about being alive when living doesn't really come naturally anymore. The first chapter starts with the author sweating balls while being faced with the lesbian escort. She's overthinking everything, like how she has a bald spot, how her arms are covered with self-inflicted cuts, how she has never kissed anyone ever in her 28 years of life, and how she's basically not feeling sexy at all. She's panicking too much to even get turned on. Her knowledge of anything remotely sexual is from all the doujins she has read, especially the BL doujins. So yeah, her first time is not really how she has imagined. Drastic opening, I know. So let's get a bit of a context. According to Nagata, her life was actually going really well till her high school. But as soon as she moved to university, something changed. She dropped out in 6 months, and before she could figure out what's the matter, she already had depression and an eating disorder. As days went by and her dream of having a normal life slipped by, Nagata lost more and more of herself and her identity. She used to be someone's friend, an artist, a student, but gradually she lost everything except her mental illness, which she started associating with her identity. This is dangerous. Nagata craved a community and hence she started a part-time job, but she expected them to accept her even in her lowest, which was most of the days. She started getting lesser and lesser motivated to do just about anything. Her eating disorder became so much worse to the point she was panic eating uncooked noodles because she couldn't even wait to cook them and would not care that the sharp noodles are making her gums bleed. The more I was reading this manga, the scarier it got. The most harrowing part is that this was someone's life in reality. This is an autobiography. Stigma around mental health is still a widespread problem across majority of the countries, especially I would say the Asian countries. If you don't pay attention to it in the right times, things can get real scary real quick. Coming back to the manga, when Nagata could no longer see her pain, she decided to make it visible. This is probably the darkest part of her journey. And yet Kabi depicts it with such honesty and no glorification. It's not edgy, she's desperate. She's so desperate to see the pain that the world erases, that she etches on her skin just to validate her pain. This is so disturbing. No one should ever go through something like this ever. I remember in my college days, a lot of the girls especially would come to class with marks on their arms and they were so proud of it. They would flaunt it. To them and to a lot of younger girls, self-harming or any sort of mental illness it's like a quirk. It's an aesthetic. This is the reason why I'm not in contact with anyone from college. And honestly, Selena Gomez's hospital bracelet photoshoot did not help. Anyway, to find some relief from the outside world, Nagata decided to move in with her parents, which, as you'll see, might not have been the best decision because now she's calculating her self-worth as per her parents' validation. Her parents no doubt love her, but love doesn't always equate understanding. Nagata starts taking up jobs so she can help her parents pay the bills. And she thinks, yeah, this is nice, right? She thought her parents would be so proud of her. She even starts waking up early, takes bath, starts having a positive view on life. But things again get messed up when she realizes the only way to get her parents' validation is if she gets a proper salaried job. Even if she was doing better, the lack of validation turned her progress into pressure. So she finally caved in and started looking for proper permanent salaried jobs, which was quite difficult to find since she had absolutely nothing on her resume. But the more interviews she went to, the more she realized she just wants to follow her dream of drawing manga. So she finally started drawing, she finally made her debut manga, and things were going again good for her until she realized she could no longer think or read at all. She's seeing everything, but nothing made sense to her, and since this went on for quite a while, Nagata went to a mental health doctor for the first time. Let's go, that's my girl. Nagata finally felt improvement in her mental health and she started reading more. She started reading about her invisible pain and how she can get some sort of relief when she comes across a book talking about mental illness in pubescent kids. The book talked about how kids tend to very much cling to their parents, especially the mother, and this somehow felt relatable to Nagata. Nagata is a grown woman of 28 years old and yet she is always clinging to her mother. Sometimes she would even get excited seeing her mom naked or if her mom is inspecting something or touching Nagata's bum. After quite some research and introspection, she realized she's not really attracted to her mother, but the idea of someone accepting and taking care of her even with her flaws. My girl basically wants a dummy mommy. And the best place she could think of where she can find a person who will give her all the attention and caress her is of course the lesbian escort agency. Booking a love hotel or an escort is Nagata's way of forcing herself to grow up. She had been such an obedient child her entire life, and by obedient I mean she would only do things that would help her get validation from her parents. For the longest time, she was even scared to utter the word sex because she was worried what will her parents think about her saying that word, let alone having sex. Nagata finally wanted independence. She no longer wanted to restrict her value to what her parents or relatives think of her. So booking a lesbian escort, even though it was her way of figuring out her sexuality, it was also a way of rebellion against her parents. She finally started feeling excited about life. She started working out, taking baths again every day. Everything she imagined a normal person does, she was doing it and she was enjoying it. Nagata finally found a motivation. The Domi Mummy from the lesbian escort agency is her motivation. What happened next we already talked about in the start, but now Nagata feels free of all the expectations of being a certain someone. She is no longer scared of using the word sex in her work because she tasted freedom and she no longer wants to go back living thinking what will others think of her. She kind of wishes for her parents to see the person she has become so they can get disappointed and Nagata can finally leave their house. What a beautiful ending. I have given a very brief description, so I would suggest please go and read the manga because this will hit hard. And to understand why Kabi Nagata's work will hit hard, we need to place it in context. Through this manga, Kabi Nagata was breaking silence on two fronts at once: mental illness and queer womanhood. There's a reason why the title includes both the words lesbian and loneliness. For Kabi Nagata, sexuality isn't just about attraction, but it's mostly about connection. And open discussions about mental health or especially queer identity is still stigmatized in Japan's mainstream media. Many stories dealing with lesbian or gay characters, as per I have seen, are being fetishized or concealed under the term best friends. First of all, it is so rare to find people talking about yuri manga. Yaoi has kind of become a popular genre now. It's still very much associated with just romance, but yuri is still so neglected. A lot of mangakas don't even want to put the term BL or GL in their work because people just want shonen shit. Do you really think Gojo and Geto are just best friends? Do you really think when Yoshiki put his hands inside Hikaru and Hikaru moaned, they were just being best friends? Anyway, that's a discussion for some other time. But what I'm saying is, I have rarely come across a manga talking about depression, medication, or sexual anxiety so openly. If I look hard enough, I'm sure I'll find it. But the problem is that I'll have to look hard enough. That's actually it for today. If you like the video, leave a like and let me know in the comments if you'll be taking up this manga, because I'm pretty sure you will find at least some aspect of it relatable. Other than that, we'll meet again in the next video. So, see ya.